Welcome to the RC Community Sticker Project, brought to you by Fast Freddy RC. In today's video, we're doing a shout-out to Greenhawks RC. Awesome blokes, hilarious videos, and great projects. So for step 14, attaching the front uprights. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do, but we need to do a lot of greasing first. You can see they want grease on the step screws. They're telling you they want them on these screw pins, and then of course the drive axles. Now what's interesting is if you look at the parts that we're going to use here are two of the axles. And if you remember in the unboxing, there were silver drive shafts and black drive shafts. And I was going to say, just make sure that you grab the right one for this part. But there's actually no way that you can confuse this, because if you look at the other drive shafts, they're shorter. I thought they were all the same size, but in fact, they are a slightly shorter version. So that's interesting. Don't know what the difference will be, but we'll see as we go along. So I'll set this up and let's put this together. So let's work on this side first, and I think what we'll do is let's put in the large screw pin through the hub and out the other side, and we'll do that first. So first off, let's grease up the pin, as they say. There we go. And we're going to grab our hub and just note the way that's going to sit. It needs to sit like that so that the ball connector is at the back and down. So if we grab our chassis, we're going to need to slide that through and through the bottom of the hub. There we go. And we're going to screw that in place. And you'll know when you've reached the end, and you don't need to over tighten. Once it's in, it's in. So there is that part in. Now, in order to do the next bit, we need to be able to grease up the drive bones, or the dog bones, and grease up the step pin, because it's all going to have to be done at the same time. So there's one side of the dog bone, the other side of the dog bone. Now the interesting thing is, just note is, you can see that the dog bone itself is going to have to go through the back of the hub and go into the drive cup, and then the same thing on the other side. Now I think if I let this go into there first, yeah, because this is going to come down and fit right there. But before I can actually screw it in, we also need to grease up our step screw here. There we go. So let's get it on there. Well, that one doesn't want to sit the same, so let's put it in and through. There we go. And now I'll screw it in. And it'll be the same thing. Once you feel that it's in all the way, you'll know when to stop. There we go. So there is one of our front uprights attached to the chassis. Very cool. So let's do the same thing with the other side. So if we grab our hub, we're going to take our, our screw pin, grease it up, And we'll stick that through the bottom. Grab that, take that through the bottom, all the way to the end, and we'll screw this in. There we go. And so now we're going to grease the dog bone. And we'll stick the dog bone through the plastic part there into the drive joint, and then through our joint at the top. Lift that up, drop that down, and then all we've got left is to grease up our step pin for the other side. And we'll stick that through. And again, you're going to know when this is at the end. There we go. So there we go. There are the front uprights attached to the chassis. So step 14 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 15 and attach the rear upper arms.